Welcome back, everybody, to Operation Pluto. This is the Comintern, turn 10. We are recording the video for the veteran on behalf of him. So he's given me a list of things that he wants done, and so we will get that recorded for him. We will start out with the CCP, and for them, he would like, for the CCP, with their $7, to buy a infantry and an artillery. So what's that? That's their bank, and we will bring those down with us and set them over here for now. Combat movement-wise, he told me everything that can reach into Suyon is going to go into Suyon. So that's going to be 3 infantry from Singhai, a mountain infantry and a cav from Singhai, a mountain infantry and a cav from Shinsi, and then 4 regular infantry from Senshi as well. So we can roll for that after I find some dice. Oh, some nice dice down here. Looks like I have a KMG attack. Okay. So set this down. Alright, so we have 4 units at 2 for the CCP, and then we have 7 units at 1. And then the Japanese have a defending 2. Alright, so all the ones missed, all of those missed, and the Japanese go to hit. Okay. It's going to be an infantry, and we will roll on 2. And that is misses all around. Roll on 3. Alright, the CCP gets the hit they need, and the Japanese miss. So, take over Suyon. So the CCP, the CCP has 4 monies they collect, and they do have their wartime bonus of being connected to the USSR by a railroad, so they will collect $6. Their artillery gets placed in Sinkyang, and the infantry gets placed in Shinsi. And then we will take this D12 for their recruitment roll, and they will succeed on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or less. And that is a miss. That is 7, just barely. Alright, on to the USSR. He did roll the tech using the Dice Maiden bot in the Discord channel. He rolled for mechs, I think, maybe not. No, he rolled for artillery, factories, construction, and strategic rockets. I think he rolled for 1 more, actually. I don't remember. I do remember that the only hit that he got, though, was on improved factories. So that is now completed for the USSR. 4 buys. The Soviets did have 7 infantry and 2 airborne that were bought last time during their fire sale that were unable to be placed due to production limits. So those will get placed this turn. And then on top of those, Soviets are spending all 63 of the dollars they have on 2 mechs, 2 T-34s, 4 artillery, a total of 5 additional infantry, an anti-air gun, a transport plane, and a militia. For combat moves, the Soviets are sending 3 subs into P-32 to raid. As well as the 4th sub is going into P-14. Because you love taking away Japanese money. And excuse me 1 second. Okay. Pretty sure that's rating. I just sent him a message to make sure that that's the case. Because they were in 2 different messages, but I assume it's rating. Anyway, other combat moves. The Soviets are also sending 4 infantry from Vaipuri province into Lapland and attacking that. And they're going to be joined by both of the fighters that are in Leningrad. On top of that, we have some scorched earth to take care of. So he is elected to scorch everything that is in Kiev. So that's the miner factory, the airfield, as well as the railroad into eastern Ukraine. And he has also elected to scorch all of the rails in Turidia. So that's going to be the rail up into eastern Ukraine, as well as the rail down into Crimea. And then he also wants to scorch everything in Helsinki. So that's the rail into southern Finland, as well as the miner shipyard. I think he wants the miner shipyard scorched. We'll delete it just in case. That may not actually have been wanted. We'll double check. But I think, based off how I read this, that is how it is. Anyway, so that's the combat moves declared. So we can go into these. We'll do some sub-rating first. So let's find some D6s to take up here with us. So D6 here, D6 here. Right, and we will start in P-32. So we'll have the Soviets be the red die and the Japanese be the black die. And all of the subs get +2, so we'll add 2 to whatever pip amount is shown on the red die. So sub number 1 deals a total of 3 damage. Let's find some of those markers. So that's 1, 2, 3. Sub number 2 deals 1 damage. And sub number 3 deals the remaining damage. So that line is fully damaged this turn. We'll then go into the P-14 sub, which also gets +2 and will also be red. And it deals 0 damage. So Japan will lose $5 out of its bank, which is up here. Okay, so that takes care of the sub rating. We can now do this attack into Lapland. So we'll take this die, and we'll take these dies actually. Okay, so the Soviets have 2 fighters, as well as 4 infantry at 2. So we roll those, and the infantry does get a hit. So the German infantry is defeated, but it does get to shoot back at a 4 or less, and it misses at a 12. So Lapland will go back under Soviet occupation. Alright, at this point, that's all our combat resolved, so we can move into non-combat moves, which is the surface fleet for the USSR is going to move to I-7. The infantry and the militia in Donetsk to Kuban are moving up into Tula-Limbetsk. They're being joined by all 5 infantry in Stalingrad. And the 3 infantry and the militia in North Caucasia are moving up into Donetsk, Kuban. 2 militia and infantry that are in Transcaucasia are moving up into North Caucasia. Excuse me. Over in the far east, a militia is moving from Yurtsk to Chita. A militia is moving from Angara into Buryatia. A militia is moving from Novosibirsk into Angara. A militia is moving from Yakutsk into Chita. A militia is moving, that's back over here, from West Russia to Kaluga Oblast. 1 militia in Karelia is moving down into Western Russia. 6 infantry and 3 militia from Moscow are moving over into Kaluga Oblast. 1 infantry and 1 militia in Moscow are moving to Tula-Limbetsk. 3 infantry are in Leningrad. 2, 3 are moving into Western Russia. And 3 militia and 1 infantry in Kyiv are moving down into southern Ukraine. Alright, I think that has everything taken care of now. The fighters that attacked Lapland are flying back into Leningrad. That's the wrong. Oops. Yep, flying back to Leningrad. And then I think all that's left is placing the buys and collecting the money. Okay, so on the buys, these 8 units are all being built into Moscow. It's gonna look bad, but there we go, maybe. Don't know why it didn't just put this up here and this down here. Or why it did these this way instead of this way. Oh well. So it's those. These 4 units all go into Leningrad. So we'll stick the air transport back into the 14th Air. We'll add 2 jets for this infantry. And we'll stick the AA gun on top of the 14th Air. Okay, come on. Whatever. I'm not going to make you look at that. I'll fix it later. 3 infantry are going into Stalingrad. A militia is going into Korea, but first we're going to build these 2 airborne that are also going into Leningrad. We'll stick those there for now. Yeah, so the militia is going into Korea, and the other 7 infantry left over from the last turn are being built in Chita. So militia, Korea, infantry, Chita. Okay, and I think that's got everything. The tracker has the USSR at 49, which is correct because they were at 48 and went up 1. This is tech, this is the tracker. Yes, 49. They get the +3 from propaganda, and They shouldn't get the +2 from Lend-Lease, despite this showing that, because there is a German sub that is on that line. Wonder if I put it off the radar thing and put it there, if it corrects that. Does not. Okay. I'll double check that before sending a save file over, but relatively sure that prevents the Lend-Lease 4-timer objective. So the Soviets will collect 49 plus 3 for propaganda and put 52 into their bank. Oh, and it looks like I forgot to do the CCP, despite saying that. It's because I'm putting this in the wrong bank. Okay. So this goes down to 52. And then the CCP is correct at 6. All right. So that is the Comintern, and we will now pass it over to the Electron for Japan turn 10.